Hey everybody, this is Anthony from Rockin Printz, and thanks for watching this video. On this channel, I provide you walkthrough tutorials from graphic design, print on demand, digitizing images for heat pressing t-shirts, and embroidery. In today's tutorial, we are going to work with digitizing and embroidery. Today, we're going to take an image for a customer. They tasked me to recreate a logo for them for their polos for a church. And then we're going to take their JPEG, we're going to apply it to a program called Canva, and then from there we're going to take that PNG file and we're going to transform it into a digitized file using Chroma Lux software. It's an embroidery software. So if you're curious about starting an embroidery business and you want to learn something simple or basic, or just want to understand some of the principles that come with embroidery, today's video is just that. We're going to take a simple design and we are going to digitize it ourselves. Now, digitizing can be complicated and cannot be complicated at the same time. Most digitizing images that have more complex detail on them require a lot of skill, hours and hours of training. But in today's video, we are just going to do some simple basics to help you gain more customers so you can start generating more income for yourself and then start acquiring the skill to take on bigger tasks. So hope y'all enjoy this video, and if you find value in this video, please remember to give me a thumbs up, as it's going to help support my channel out tremendously. And with that, let's go and get this started. Okay, so this is Canva. If you've never used Canva before, Canva is a great design space that you can use to help you create great designs. Also, take other images and put it in the space and start tweaking other people's designs. It just doesn't solely focus on graphic designing. There's a lot of other stuff that you can use to help you start an online business or even a physical business as well. Okay, so this is Canva and this is what we're going to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to create a design. We're going to take a basic custom size, and I like to make my canvas space as big and wide as possible. All right, so here's the image that they want, and they want embroidered. And what we're going to do is we're going to take Our Lady of the Snows out and we're going to leave the rest in. And they want us to place it on this PNG file. We're just going to click on T to prompt a text path, and then we're just going to type in their church name. Now, all I'm going to use is something basic. When you're embroidering, you don't really want to make it that complex, right? Especially when you're using small fonts. You want to make it as simplistic as possible so you get that great detail when it comes to making small fonts on embroidery and polos. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is we're using this intro Rust right now, and that's the name of the font. And remember, the purpose of this video is to make a rough draft, and then we're going to go ahead and digitize it and create a rough draft on some old garments that I got to make sure that it comes out right. And then once I get the image just the way I like it, I'm going to send it off to the customer for approval. And if they do like it, then I know I'm going to start placing it on their polos as soon as they arrive. Now, the customer wants me to place them on their own polos, so I agree to that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to arch it, right? So I'm just going to click Effects, and then under Effects, you have a shape prompt, and all I'm going to do is hit Curve, and there you go. Look at that. Okay, but before I do that, we're going to do None. I'm just going to bring it up a little bit. All right. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and go to Effects, and then we're going to hit Curve again. And just like that. All right. Now, when it comes to embroidering, you don't want the letters overlapping each other. Now, if you look right here, you can see the N is kind of close to the A. So what I can do is I can spread this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, where is it? It's been a while since I've used spacing. There you go. So I'm going to click on spacing. Let's see if we can just do 100. We'll just type in 100 here. And 100 looks good. Okay, so let's bring this back down, zoom it down. So I think I'm going to arch it just a little bit more. Perfect. And then from here, once you're finished with the design, all we're going to do is just send it off, right? So all I'm going to do is just hit share, download, and we want a transparent background, okay? And then we're just going to just do page 1, page 2, click done, and download. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this over into our embroidery software. And the embroidery software I have is called Chroma Lux. Even though if you don't have Chroma Lux or Chroma software, you can use whatever embroidery software that you have. All the same principles do apply. They're all universal. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click on this box here. Sorry, we're going to click on this box. Let me see if I can get the name here. It's called the backdrop tool. And we're going to click it and we're going to hit load. I'm going to go to my backdrop tool and then I'm going to change the width and the height. Okay, so now my software does this in millimeters. So what I'm going to do is go to inches, millimeter into inches, millimeter to inches. Okay, we'll click the first one. And I'm going to do like normally a polo. Usually the logos are about 3x3, 4x4. So I'm going to do a 4x4. And we're going to do 4. All right. So it's telling me I need to have 101.6. So we'll go back to my Chroma and we're going to type in 101.6. And we're going to hit apply. And I brought it down a little bit smaller. But now you're going to go ahead and get a good stitch out here. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the lighting so we can see when we're embroidering. So I'm just dragging this toolbar up to the right and I'm going to hit apply. And we're going to start doing the letters one by one. So I'm just going to bring this up and blow this up so we can just work on one letter at a time. Now, if you don't have the same software, it doesn't matter. All the softwares have the same principles inside their application. Just yours might look different, but if you look for Input Classic Satin Stitch, that's the one that I'm using. Okay, so just take your time to find it, and then we're going to work with that one. Okay, so we're going to click on it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from point to point. So I'm going to start here and bring it up here, and then we're going to do, now I'm going to hold my shift key down so I can start, so the line can start bending with the S's, the S letter. Okay. And you want your points always to be the same distance with them. You don't want to do a point here and then a point down here, because then you're going to throw your machine off. So always try to keep them one on top, one on bottom in the same area. Okay. If that makes any sense. All right. And then you're just going to keep following the path. And all I'm doing is just holding my shift key down as we're doing the bends. Okay, now the S is very curvy, so I'm just holding my shift key down. All right, and then once you're done, you're just going to let go of your control key and your mouse, and you're just going to hit enter. Boom. All right, now if you want to see what it looks like, you can just click here, and there you go. Okay, so let's go ahead and go with the P. So the P is a little bit trickier because you can't do it all in one sitting as we did the letter S. So what we're going to do is we are going to start with the circle around the P. Okay. All right. Then I'm just going to bring it down here and we'll do probably like 1.1. There's 1.2. Click there. And I'm going to hold my control key down to get it ready to start making these bends. And then I'm going to release it here because it's straight. And then we'll just bring it out a little bit some and right there. Okay, we're going to hit enter. All right, and then from here, what we're going to do is we are going to go overlap the P loop that we just made. We're going to click here and round right there. Click here and right there. Then we're going to hit enter. Now you see why I did that. Now this is going to stitch first, and then this is going to cover the extended P loop, so it looks professionally done. Okay. All right. Now that we're done with that, let's go to our R. Now our R, you could tell that it's getting a little bit more complicated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the loop here. I'm going to create the horseshoe. We'll call it the horseshoe. I'm going to create the horseshoe, and then I'm going to create this. So I want to do this first, and then the horseshoe over this, and then it's going to extend out here, and then we're going to do the square here to cover the loop. Okay, the horseshoe. All right, so what we'll do is we'll start from the bottom, and this is all just straight angle. This is, so I'm not holding my shift key. Okay, just like that. Boom. And then we're going to do the same practice we did here. It was about 1.2, right? That might have been a little bit too big. Let's do 1.1. That kind of looks right there. Yeah, that looks better. I need some water. Okay, I'm going to hold my control key down now so I can start getting these bends here. You see why I'm telling you need patience, because it does require some patience here. But other than that, I mean, honestly, this is so fun. It is fun. It's relaxing. It really is. Okay. You're stressed out or something at work. This is just, for some reason, it relaxes me. All right. Boom. Okay. And then finally, we're just going to we'll start from the bottom here. And we're just going to do one big one big square. Boom. All right. Okay. Now let's go to our ease. So you can see that it's going to be the same thing. We're going to create this line, this line, this line, and then we're going to do the big block to cover up our overlays. All right. So we'll just start from here. Here. We'll go take it about this far. Boom. We'll hit enter. Now here's a little hack, if I can say. You can actually copy and paste. You don't have to recreate these. You can actually do copy and then Control V to paste, and then just bring this bad boy down, and then do the same thing. Control C, Control V, bring this one down here. There. It just saves you a lot of time. Okay. You can actually even take one of the blocks that you did over here and then Control V it over there too. But we'll just go ahead and make our own right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to our satin stitch again. Here, we're going to overlap it about right there. Bring this bad boy down here. And just following the line path. Enter. Boom. Okay. Now the D, I think what we're going to do is probably the same thing, but let's see if we can do this. We'll see. Let's see. Okay. I'm holding my control key down. All right. Got the deformation, and then now what we're going to do is just add the block here. Okay, bring that down. And right there. Hit enter. Boom. Okay, D is done. All right. And now that we got our spread done, now we'll start doing the bigger letters here. The letters up on top. Because they're curved up on top, it might be a little bit more challenging, but still the same principle, okay? So let's go ahead and click on our satin stitch, and we're going to start from point to point. And I'm just going to hit my control key, hold it down to get ready to start making these bends. Okay. Now you can go pretty far out, but I don't recommend going pretty far out when it comes to the curves, because you can ruin your digitizing, and then you're going to have to start over. Okay. All right. Let's click up here. Boom. All right. Let's go to our next one. Now the T is really, really simple. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the bottom, and then we're going to have the T up on top, the top of the T, overlap it. Okay. Click here, and then we'll just click like somewhere in the center here. Enter. Enter. All right. This one's super easy. You're just making a little square. Okay. All right. Now the F, same thing. You're going to want to do the lines here, and then have the big block overlap them. Okay. So we'll just go here, here. We'll kind of do it somewhere in the center here. Boom. Hit enter. And what we're going to do is go to our shape tool. We're going to Control C, Control V. Bring this one down. Now this might look a little bit, we might have to delete that one because the block is not the same size. So we're going to have to readjust. So we're going to have to make this one, and it's probably because of the way the design is for the letter, to get the F to stand out properly. Okay, hit enter, and then we're going to do our final block. Boom, boom. All right. Okay, so the A is going to be really, really tricky. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this bar here, create that one, and then I'm going to make this line and this line up here connect. Okay, so just follow along. So we'll just start here. Let me redo that again. So let's just take right there. Okay. All right, boom. And I'm just going to take this off of the mode so I can actually see it. Okay. All right, hit enter. Do the same thing with this one. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just do it halfway. And then up here, enter. And then I'm going to take this one. I'm going to go to my shift tool and I'm going to tuck this one underneath this one. Okay. So all I'm doing is just right clicking and I'm going to go to order and I'm going to hit back. Okay. So that way it looks like the letter A. Okay. So here now we got U, which the horseshoe, very, very easy. So let's go ahead and go to here. Let's go here. Boom. Boom. And we're going to hit our curve in a little bit. So I'm just going to hit my shift key after I do this one. I'm just right there. Now I'm going to hit my shift key. Get ready to start these bends. Okay. We'll get it straight right there. And I'm going to release my shift key. And then boom and boom. Okay. All right. Let's go to our S. Now, you can copy and paste your S since you've already done it, right? You can just go back over here. You can actually just hit your shape tool. You can Control C, Control V, and you can bring this bad boy up here and then just turn it. Okay. And then just straighten it out. So let's go here. Perfectamundo. Okay. And then the T, you can actually do the same thing too. You can go copy and paste your T. But I think I'm just going to leave that one alone since it was so easy to do. Let's just create that. So let's go to your stitch tool. Boom. Boom. All right there. And right there. Boom. All right. And hit enter. Boom. If you can hear somebody snoring, it's my dogs. All right. So let's go ahead and go here. Block. Block. Enter. Okay. And then we're going to do the N. So what I'm going to do is we're going to create this section here first, and we'll overlap it with this bar here and this bar here. Okay. So that way this line is tucked in under this one. So let's see. So how am I going to do this? Guess I'll do it from around right there. Right there. Okay. Right there. And around right there. Hit enter. Okay. Take this one. Take this one. And right there. Hit enter. And then we're going to do from here, here. And right there. Boom. Okay. And then we got our A. Now I really don't want to mess with that A anymore. So I'm just going to highlight all that. I'm going to do Control C, Control V, take this bad boy, bring it over here, and I'm going to turn it around. And bring that here. Boom. All right. Now we got our letters done. Okay, so now we're going to do the outside of this first. Okay, so before we do this part here, we want to do the outside, and then this is going to sit on top of it, this leaf. Okay, it's going to sit on top of this symbol. All right, so what we're going to use is we are going to go to our complex fill. We're going to click here, and we're just going to follow the path of, we're basically trace it, right? And we're going to hold now I don't think you need to hold your, yeah, we're going to hold our shift key down, our control key. Okay. Now I'm just going to make a little point so it changes from me, because I released the control key. So now I changed it to straight. Sometimes the software will still think that you're on the curve path, and it'll create the curve, and then you have to go back in, and you have to manipulate it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just hover over the point, click here, and then I'm just going to hit enter. Boom. Okay. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, and I'm going to put this in the back. All right. And then let's see, what we're going to do is we'll just move this out for right now. And then from here, all we're going to do now is trace these curves. Okay. So I'm going to start from the very top. And I'm going to take my satin stitch here, and we're just going to do a line, and I'm going to hold my control key down. And just for you all, thanks for hanging out with me. So to show you how to do this, I actually have fun doing this. I don't know why. I have fun. Like I said, it's comforting for me for some reason. I don't know why, but it is. It gives me a it's very relaxing for me. Okay. Now I'm trying to keep the points straight as possible, okay? Now I'm just making imaginary lines here, and you remember the other part is going to overlap this, okay? Boom. All right, and then we'll start from the top here. Okay. All right, and let's hit enter. Now, since I cut that short, I'm just going to tuck that one under because this one came out pretty neat. So let's just order that. Let's order that to the back. There we go. Perfect. Okay. All right. So now what we want to do is change the colors to these. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color. So I'm going to go to my commands tool up here. And I'm going to make this color, it was originally, let's go back to our Canva. It was originally black and green. So we want to make this, the symbol green. So let's go back to Chroma. We want to make that green. So I'm going to double click on it. And I'm going to change that to green. Shamrock green. Boom. All right. And then from here, we'll change the spread to black. We're going to make that color 2. Apply. And we're going to change that to black. Okay. And let's see if I can do it all together. Yep, we're going to do color 2, apply, black. All right. And then here we're going to change that to black. We're going to make that color 2. We don't want that many colors. Okay. Color 2, black. All right. And then here, color 2, black. All right. And then we're just going to bring this bad boy in. And boom. Oh, okay. We're going to right click and we're going to order it, and we're going to order it to the back. Perfect. Okay, so now what we need to do is create the borders. So all I'm going to do is just highlight over the symbol, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to utilities, and I'm going to create the border. Boom. Okay, this one, same thing, right click, utilities, create border, right click, utilities, create border. Boom. Okay. Now let's see if that looks presentable, because I see the border right there and I'm not really digging that. Let's go to our first stitch out. Let's see how they did it. Looks like that one is overlapped, you can tell, but the border just only bordered it around the whole spot. So I think what I need to do is Let's go back to Chroma. I might have to do this over again. Once I create this spot, go up here and then start doing that. Let's see if I can create the border. Let's see if I can create this part one more time. Let's bring this out. And let's see if we can do this again. Let's go to our satin stitch. Now I'm on a mission because I gotta fix this. I'll be damned if I let somebody else be better than me. All right, so now these kind of get into a stretch here, but I gotta do it. Gotta do it. You see how it already screwed up? Now we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix this little part here right now. Okay. All right, let's hit enter. And actually it came out pretty neat. It actually came out pretty good, guys. So let's go to our shape tool. Let's go to this right there. You can see now you're getting a true perspective of what happened here. You got the loop, right? So what you can do is you can just take this loop and you can just try to form it into the best shape as possible. There you go. Okay, boom. Let's go back. And that looks a lot better. All right, so now what we can do is bring everybody back. All right, guys, time to go back in. Okay, let's take this and let's go here. Boom. Okay, and then what we're going to do is recolor this. We're going to do color 2. Boom. And then we're going to do, go to utilities and create the border. And there we go. Perfect. Perfect. So now you're probably saying, hey, but what's all these lines, all this stuff going on? There's a lot of stuff going on over here. No fear. Yes, there is. And that's how it'll stitch if you don't take care of this. So these are called jump stitches. So you want to get rid of them because what's going to happen is once it stitches, it's going to make a line right there. It's going to stitch here, and then it's going to create another stitch right there. And that's going to get on your garment. So you want to get rid of them. Okay? All right. Just remember, jump stitches, they're bad. They're bad for embroidery. All right. So let's go to our commands tool, and we are going to go to start command. We're going to hit jump. End command, we're going to hit trim. All right. We're going to hit apply. Boom skis. All right. And looks like I took care of all that. So now let me go one more time to Canva, and let me see. The outline one's green. Okay, so the border, they want the border to be white. So let's go back, and we're going to create the border, and we are going to make it a third color. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, hit apply, and we're going to change that bad boy to white. Boom. Boom. Okay. And that is it, guys. That is everything that you need to know how to create a simple design. And if you can see, it probably really took me maybe about an hour, but think about it, an hour of your time to charge somebody. You can even charge for the digitizing. You can tell the customer, hey, I got to digitize this. So there's going to be a digitizing fee. There's going to be a one-time digitizing fee to do the design. That's going to be about, I don't know, depending on how you want to charge them. You know, you can charge them. Digitizing is a lot of work, as you can see, right? It takes a lot of patience, takes a lot of time. So if you think about it, I like to say like maybe minimum wage per hour you can charge them. You know, so maybe I can make another tutorial how to properly charge a customer for digitizing. But for this case, it was, you see, it was very simple and basic. I'll probably just charge a digitizing fee, maybe like $15. Okay. So $15 for the digitizing fee. That's set and done. They approved it. I got the digitizing image now. Now we're ready to do the test run. Before I do anything, let's go to view and let's do slow draw and let's see how this is going to come out. Okay. Let's hit slow draw and we're just going to drag it. All right. So there it is, making the base, then the symbol, boom. Then that does the border. Then it's doing the spread and the leaf. And then it's doing the border at the end. And boom. All right. That is pretty neat. Okay. Now the letters, I do want to make the letters a little bit tighter. So I'm just going to click here. And then I'm going to change this density from 40. I'm going to change it to 20. Okay. So that way now you could see that it gives it a tighter look. Okay. We'll go down here. Do the same thing for this bad boy. We're going to tighten up those threads. Change it to 20. Boom. And of course, too, I'm going to change the needle size when it comes to the smaller letters. I will be changing that there. Now, if you see right here, I didn't make the border. I might have to redo the border because I moved it, and I don't want the it's good. It's good. If you're seeing your image overlapping and it's coming out, that's possibly how it's going to get stitched out. That's why you always got to make sure you're doing a rough draft first before you start placing it on garments, because I guarantee you will ruin your garment if you do not do a test run. Okay. And if you're doing it for somebody, now you're going to have to pay for a new t-shirt, jacket, whatever you're doing. You're going to have to do it because you failed to do a test run. So always remember, very important, always do a test run. All right. Okay. So I think we're done. All right. So now I'll see you in the back. All right, guys. So we're going to use this little baby sweater, and then we're going to get some stabilizer. I got a big mess in this garage. Sheesh. And then we're going to use this mighty hoop. And this is a 5x5 mighty hoop, so you can see. All right, we'll put this over here to the side. And then I got a lot of spring cleaning that I got to do this year. I'm planning to buy a shed so I can get rid of a lot of stuff so I can have some open room in this embroidery room. And it's just been a challenge. It's been a challenge, I must say. All right, so, and then I got animals walking all over the place, as you can see why my camera's shifting, because they're hitting. I got nothing but baby animals in this house. My 3 dogs passed away last year and the year before that, and it was real sad. I know if you have animals, I'm sure you know what I'm going through. Well, what my family went through. And it was horrible. And then you got these animals here, which you got Frankie and Hobie. Hobie making a big mess. They're gonna get me in trouble. Oh, and then you got Swasso, who just likes to tear things down. And then we have Maple in the house, who, Swasso? Maple's just sleeping right now. But these animals, they're all just babies. They're not even a year old. And they are troublemakers right now. So you can see my big mess here. I got to get all that fixed. All right, well, enough of me. Let's get started. Now, the big thing about stabilizers, you want to always apply as much as possible. So also, you don't want to be near the scissors, okay? Because it's going to cut you, right? Kind of dangerous, right? Okay, so I'm just going to make me 2 cuts of this stabilizer here. I'm trying to do this in difficult angles. All right, so then I'm just going to overlap these 2 stabilizers, and we're just going to cut them right there. And let's do this here. Perfect. So I'm just going to use these 2 pieces to make the backing sturdier with this sweater. And then what I'm going to do is fold this inside out here. So let's try to do this as quick as possible. Let's go here, boom. And bring this inside out, okay. All right. All right, now it's nice and snug, and let's take it to the embroidery machine. All right, let's take a look at our first draft. So, of course, you see I made a mistake. I did the color code sequence wrong. This should have been black. The border should have been white. And you can see right here, there is some kind of overlap right here. And Hobie, be nice to Maple. Okay, but other than that, the words came out good. Looks like I'm going to have to reduce the size of the needle here to get that fine stitch. And then right there, spread came out very, very nice. And then here, I'm going to tighten up the inside. As you can see, you got white. The white didn't really do its justice, covering up all the green in the background. Okay? So, let's go and go to test subject number 2. Number 2, let's take a look at test subject number 2. And that one looks a lot better, I must say. But again, because I'm in a hurry, I did it wrong once again. The border should have been black, and the border around the leaf should have been white. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board. I'm going to make the corrections, but other than that, the border around the logo looks very, very nice. Some little spots right here kind of trickled in. Let me see if I can tweak that. And then the words came out a lot better, as you can see. All right, finally, let's see what it looks like here. And this is, after all the adjustments and the tweaks, this is the final result. And there you go, guys. It actually looks a lot better. Now, if you really want to get down and detailed, I can push this back a little bit more. But other than that, it looks great. It looks great. All right, guys, and there is the final result. So just applying some simple designs such as this can actually help you generate some income as a side hustle, help you do whatever you need the money for, right? And then as you expand your business, people start liking your stuff. One person tells another person tells another person. Before you know it, you're going to stay busy. So hope y'all enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, as it's going to help support my channel out tremendously. And with that, You all have a blessed week and a blessed day, and we'll see you guys back on my next video next week, and peace.